Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second rendition or second version of the Plan With Me series. I am so excited to be doing these videos because not only is it going to keep me accountable, but you guys really like to see these Plan With Me's. If you're new here, I used to do budget with me's every single month where I would go through my budget and I had a manual spreadsheet and I would pretty much just break down like my big expenses, my categories that, I spent a little too much money on or ones that I was proud of myself for. And I would kind of just like talk through the thought process of my budget. And as I have gotten busier, I have learned to kind of automate that system and I don't need to spend as much time in my budget, which I'm really thankful for. I'm just gonna loop that like budgeting video into this video, and this is gonna encompass pretty much planning my entire life because this really helps me at the end of the month figure out what I need to focus on and what I need to prioritize and just like planning my life out. I'm gonna break this video down into 4 sections. From my monthly view, then it's gonna go into my content planning for the month, then it's gonna go into my budget planning for the month, and then we're gonna get a little granular and I'm gonna show you guys how I plan every week. Before we jump into this video, I did want to thank Taylor Brands for sponsoring today's video. And if you know me, that you know that I am a very business-oriented person, and if you have been following me for a while or you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that either you are a business-oriented person or you want to start a business one day. Whether you are a content creator, startup founder, want to start your own business one day, solopreneur, whatever it is, Taylor Brands is here to help. Taylor Brands is a complete business builder, from helping you form the LLC, which can be such a confusing process if you are doing it on your own, to providing a personalized guide so that anyone can create a successful business. They have all of the tools you need, so not only LLC formation, checking licenses and permits your business needs, and it even fills out the applications for you. You can also access attorney-written business documents, design a unique logo, build a website, trademark your business, set up a business bank account, gives you access to a finance manager, and has live support. Tell me one thing that I missed from that list. It is honestly so insane at how much they can do to help you start your business, and it's something that I wish I had when I was forming my LLC. I put it off for so long because I honestly didn't know how to do and just pushed off the administration work. Starting and just taking that first step can be so hard. I know that in my next business venture, I am 100% going to be using Taylor Brands. And I am so happy that they're partnering with me because now I can save someone the headache of trying to do this on their own. So thank you, Taylor Brands, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to be looking at my month in review. So when I am looking at my month, I use Google Calendar. Google Calendar is where I literally have everything. I have my entire life on Google Calendar. So I'm gonna look at February, and February is pretty open as of now, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start adding the dates that I know I'm gonna be gone and things that I have to do. For example, I know the 17th to the 19th, I will be in Newport Beach for Tasha's birthday. I always make my travels in yellow because I want them to pop off the page because it gets me really excited and or stressed. I feel like I'm gonna be gone most of February because I will be going to California. I'm gonna be going to Nashville at the very beginning of March, and I want to go to Dallas in between. So I'll probably kind of make that all one trip instead of having to buy multiple flights. But now at least I know that that week is open, and that way it helps me when I'm planning out my content. So my monthly planning in terms of like trips and travel doesn't really take long. I just like to know what's going on. Now for my content, this is what takes the most amount of time when I am planning. I use Rella obviously to plan out my content, and I use it in a lot of other ways too, which I'll show you. This is Rella, this is my main page, and if you guys want to get 50% off your annual plan, I'm gonna have a coupon code for 1 week only, and you guys can get 50% off the annual plan. You just use Natalie Plan With Me. Okay, so I like to use the content calendar section. So I look at it from a monthly view, and I know that my schedule is a podcast every Monday and a YouTube video every Thursday. I like to make sure that I'm planning my YouTube channel well in advance. So I'm gonna look at February and I'm gonna see what I have on the agenda. I actually have all of like my due dates as well in here, which is really helpful. So within Rella, I not only have all my content, but I also have all of my brand deals. I can see when previews are due for my sponsorships, and I can see when things need to go live by. So that way, when I'm planning out my content calendar, I can kind of base which videos to film and upload. Like for example, this video is a Plan With Me, but it's sponsored by Taylor Brands. And so I made sure that this video was going out at the end of the month specifically for Taylor Brands, and that got checked off. I'm in New York right now, so I know I'm filming a vlog. So for the first Thursday of the month, I have my New York City week in my life. It's really gonna be like 2 weeks in my life, so I hope that I can make this like a 45-minute vlog, but for some reason, I'm like incapable of doing that. I have that going up the first week. I don't have any sponsors for that or anything. It's just gonna be a plain video. And then I wanted to film a night routine at some point next month. I know I have a sponsor that it's actually due that week. So, and I know I don't want that to be a nighttime routine because it's gonna be more of like a work related video. So I'm gonna move my night routine to the following week. I'm gonna make the tome video a productivity week in my life. I'm trying to have more themes for my vlogs, so let me know if you like that. The New York City one is gonna be more of a generic one, but I don't wanna have more than one like generic vlog in a month. I wanna have themes and provide value. This one's gonna be a productivity week in my life, and I will send in the preview for that in the beginning of the week on that Monday. I also have a few other sponsorships per month, so I'm gonna make sure that I am filling out the videos, like for example, a night routine. This can be sponsored by a brand. And my last video of the month will be a plan with me. It's honestly why I love plan with me's in series, because you know that you're gonna expect it as the last video of every month. So I still have one more video that I need to upload. It's for February 22nd. There's a YouTuber that I follow, her name's Becca Watson, and she's like the queen of morning routines, and she posts so many morning routines in a year. And I honestly love filming them, so I think I might upload another morning routine and just see if that one does well, and I'm gonna test it out and upload it in February. Hope you guys like morning routines. The great thing about Rella is that I will also be able to mark when I need to film. So for example, this morning routine is going up on the 22nd. I'll probably want to film it on a Monday so I have time to edit it. So I'll say film video. I'll just say film. And I will make it on Monday. I'll set it for like 6 a.m. so that I don't forget, or like 5 a.m. so I don't forget. I also worked with a social media manager, and she came up with an entire month's worth of content ideas. And so if you see all these like purple Instagram reels on here, it's literally Instagram reels that I still need to film. Some of them that you see in the past I've uploaded, but I'll probably spend some time each week rearranging it to see what's actually doable for the week. And all of the things that are not doable, I'll actually make into ideas. Now my calendar looks a lot less overwhelming, and if you go to my content ideas, I have all of my ideas here. At the beginning of every week, or even every day, I'm gonna go through the list of content ideas and start adding it to the calendar with things that I can film. Or for example, this one is a get ready with me as we discuss brand deal red flags. I already planned all of this out in my notes, so I already know the red flags I'm gonna talk about. I just need to make time to film. Having this in a content idea list makes it so much easier for me to actually execute. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok, because I will be uploading these. I just needed to like see them in a list so I can kind of pick and choose what videos I'm gonna upload. And I have them tagged by content pillars so I can actually mix them up, so I'm not posting too many of like the same topic or the same thing in a row, and it has been so helpful. And then what I like to do is whenever I upload my content whenever I'm done filming the content, I'll upload it onto here, and I'll actually repurpose it and auto post it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts so that I can potentially grow from those platforms. For my budget, what I've been using is actually gonna shock a few of you. I do not use a manual spreadsheet anymore, just because it was something that was taking a lot of my time. And what I wanted to do instead was have something where I can edit the categories, but I'm not having to input all of the transactions. What I've been using is Rocket Money, and it's been so helpful for my personal budget. So let's go through my budget and see what I'm proud of, what I need to cut, and what I'm gonna be more mindful of going into this next month. Okay, so one of the main goals that I have is really to cut down on my spending. I have a monthly budget, and I'm not gonna share the exact number because I think budgets are just relative. Like me telling you I don't wanna spend more than X amount per month is really not going to help you, because it totally depends on how much money you're bringing in. All I can say though is I am trying to spend less than 50% of what I am bringing in every single month, just because I am in my saving era. I want to eventually buy a house one day. I also am someone that I just would prefer to save most of my money instead of spending it. And whenever I spend like my entire paycheck for the month, I get so stressed out, and I'm very fortunate that I can do that. I'm not saying that that needs to be a number for everyone, so that's why I'm saying that budgets are just very relative, and me sharing exact numbers of my entire budget is not gonna help. Okay, but let's see. So far I am on a good track. So that's one of my goals, spend less than 50% of my paycheck. It's not gonna happen every month because I'm self-employed, so every month is like this. but in general for the year. Other goal of mine is to be more generous. I really didn't donate last year. I'm gonna be honest. I did like here and there, but it wasn't part of my budget. Like if I saw a GoFundMe, if I like, you know, saw like a good cause and I wanted to donate in that moment, I did. But it was not a budget of mine, and it was not something that I intentionally did every single month. And I want to be just more generous this year. I think I've been really, really privileged that I am able to, you know, make the money that I do make, and so I just want to put it into my budget to donate. I'm trying to donate 10% of my income in every month. That's not going to be included in the 50% of my spending, so realistically I'll be saving hopefully 40% of my income. I would like to donate 10% of my income, so I'm including that in my budget. I also want to spend a lot less on going out to eat, and I know this might be a lot for some people, but my budget for restaurants and drinks, so alcohol and drinks, is $600 every single month. I have easily spent $1,000 or more on restaurants and drinks because that is like my favorite thing and my favorite hobby. If someone asked me what is my hobby, I would say going out to eat. So I'm trying to cut back on that, and I'm trying not to spend any more than $600 a month on food and drinks. I'm doing dry January this year, so drinks is gonna be an absolute zero, but I'm in New York for 10 days, so restaurants, gonna hike it up. I know you see this kitchen behind me. It's not being used. Another huge expense that I have is my business, and I'm not talking about Rella, I'm actually talking about content creation. For my content creation business / LLC, my two biggest expenses are my accounting firm, which I pay close to $500 every single month. They do my books for me, file all of my taxes, and so that is like almost $500 a month. And then I also have a podcast editor who does my social media for my podcast, and she edits my videos for my podcast and does all the TikToks and reels, and that's also about $500 a month. So that alone is like $1,000 a month that I'm spending on my business, and there's not really a way to shorten that unless I got rid of my editor, which I don't want to because I don't have time to edit. So yeah, that's just an expense that I have to, you know about every month. And of course I have all of my normal like monthly bills and expenses. Trying not to really go shopping at all. I have a $200 to $300 budget for shopping, which hopefully I can even get that down to less, but realistically with like little Amazon purchases here and there, it's not gonna be less than that. I have budgets for working out, I have budgets for coffee, I have budgets for entertainment, I have a budget for literally everything because I did it all in Rocket Money. And overall this month I have hit my budget. So I have gone over in a few expenses, which is not very fun, but I do think that because I'm like being incredibly mindful and literally looking at this and like categorizing my transactions every single day, I do think that I will meet my budgeting goals as we continue on. It's the first month and it's pretty good for the first month. I know what you budget on and what your budget looks like. You don't have to say numbers, but let me know what you struggle with the most. Mine is most definitely food and travel. That's like where I spend all of my money, and it's a problem. So speaking of travel, I'm selling Coachella tickets, so DM me if you want weekend one. I'll sell it to you for a lot less than what Coachella is selling for. Anyways, that was a little disclaimer, side note. Moving on. Also, I would not be able to mention my budget without telling you that I do look at my projected income every month. So what I do is I go onto Rella and I go to track my campaigns and I see what I'm expected to make next month. Next month, I have a lot of brand deals that need to be paid out, so it's looking like it's gonna be a pretty good month for me. But the bad thing about this business is that a lot of times brands are late, so I will have to chase down payments or they will just get pushed back. They always do get paid out, but it's hard to know what I'll be making next month. But projected, it's looking like it's gonna be more than this month, which is a good sign. And then lastly, I'm gonna show you guys how I plan my week out. I honestly just use a Notion document, and I don't have like a template for this or anything, but I just have my week at a glance. I have Monday through the weekend, and I label it by quick ticks, tasks, and projects. I did not come up with this method. This method I saw on Grace Beverly's YouTube channel, and so quick ticks are anything that I can send really quickly. Tasks are things that take like 5 to 30 minutes, and then projects are things that will take more than 30 minutes. Also, whatever I don't check off, for example, today's Monday, then I will copy and paste over to Tuesday, and by the weekend I should have everything checked off. So that is how I plan my entire life. I want to get feedback on this. So let me know if you like this type of video, what you guys think, if you're excited for the monthly ones. And because this is a monthly series, I will constantly be updating it, improving it, and hopefully just making it a video that you guys look forward to watch every single month. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys like it, and I will see you guys next month with another plan with me, or next week because I am uploading weekly. All right, bye guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out Taylor Brands with the link below. See you next time.